Between 2000 and early 2026, 105 distinct exam leaks disrupted the lives of over 30 crore students. When the NEET UG entrance exam collapsed in 2024, it exposed a system pushed past its breaking point. To understand how this ends, we have to look at the three forces sustaining the crisis: the money, the mafia, and the policy fix. First, we have to calculate the cost. What happens to the national economy when the examination cycle repeatedly fails? This waterfall chart breaks down the 2.01 lakh crore rupees lost since 2000. While the government spent 1,200 crore reconducting exams, students spent 56,000 crore on fees and coaching. The largest impact is the 1.4 lakh crore in lost productivity from delayed careers. This comparison places that total loss alongside India's annual GDP for 2024. The economic drain from these leaks accounts for approximately 0.67% of the entire national economy. This stacked area chart tracks how that financial loss has escalated. While the early 2000s saw relatively low impact, the curve sharpens dramatically in 2024, driven by simultaneous disruptions in major state recruitment and national medical entrance exams. The math reveals a lopsided burden. For every single rupee the government spends fixing a leak, students lose 32, and the broader economy loses 80. These leaks are the product of organized corporate-style syndicates that treat the examination fraud as a high-margin industry. These syndicates employ highly specific operational methods. The Sanjeev Mukhiya solver gang specialized in cross-border proxies to write exams for paying candidates. In Rajasthan, the Kalar gang designed custom wigs with built-in micro-Bluetooth earpieces to bypass security frisking at the door. Prices for these services have scaled with the demand. Regional recruitment leaks might cost a few thousand rupees, but advanced guest papers for the 2026 NEET UG leak were priced up to 25 lakh rupees per copy. To access these papers, the Mafia exploits three structural vulnerabilities: private printing presses used for manufacturing, coaching centers acting as recruitment hubs, and high-ranking insiders within exam bodies. Arrest records over the last 2 decades include the directors of national testing bodies, chairmen of state school boards, and sitting members of public service commissions in states like Rajasthan and Bihar. The testing infrastructure is not merely failing. In many regions, it has been captured by a network of well-funded cartels and corrupt officials. The government response has historically trailed behind these syndicates, but the pressure from aspirants has forced a gradual escalation in enforcement. In 2013, Madhya Pradesh formed a special task force to handle the Vyapam fraud. By 2018, the crisis hit a national scale. Thousands of students occupied the streets in Delhi, demanding a CBI probe into the CGL exam leaks. This chart tracks the cumulative law enforcement response. Authorities made over 8,500 arrests, invoking the National Security Act to target syndicates. However, as the line climbs through 2024, the whack-a-mole strategy fails. Massive arrests haven't slowed the leaks. In February 2024, the state introduced a new legal deterrent, the Public Examinations Act. It mandates 10-year prison terms for organized crime and minimum fines of 1 crore rupees for service providers found complicit in a leak. The act triggered an immediate institutional cleanup. The Director General of the National Testing Agency was removed, and a reform committee proposed 101 changes to the way national exams are administered. But even with a 10-year prison sentence on the books, the cycle didn't stop. In May 2026, papers for the NEET UG exam leaked once again, appearing on social media days before the test. The 2026 leak happened after the law was already in effect. It proved that as long as the delivery mechanism remains vulnerable, the criminal economy will simply adapt to the new legal risks. Permanently dismantling this industry requires moving beyond criminal punishment. The state must implement 3 fundamental changes to the way exams are actually delivered. First, national entrance exams must move entirely to computer-based testing. Multiple sessions and randomized question pools eliminate the single leak window created by transporting millions of physical paper copies. Second, accountability must extend to those at the top. The chairs of exam boards and the owners of printing presses should be subject to mandatory family asset disclosures to make insider corruption more difficult to hide. Third, the law must protect the aspirants. When an exam is canceled due to state failure, the candidates should receive automatic fee refunds and extensions to their age eligibility by law. Without these systemic changes, the shadow economy will simply evolve around any new laws, leaving the underlying problem unsolved. While the syndicates focus on their profit margins, the actual cost of this system is felt by students in small coaching hubs across the country. Millions of aspirants spend their early 20s in a state of paralysis, waiting hundreds of days for retests, while their financial resources and mental health are exhausted by a cycle of cancellations. Some wait years for a resolution that never comes. In Rajasthan, police sub-inspectors who had already cleared their exams and spent months in training were dismissed from the service 4 years later because their original exam was found compromised. The impact of this crisis isn't just found in the stolen rupees, but in the time lost by millions of people who are still waiting for a fair chance to start.